play too loud. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. You guys ready? I'll get my, all right, you guys ready? I'm going to have you stand in a minute. Okay, here you go. Ready? Everyone up. Everyone stand. And be seated. Here we go. Just like a practice, except we're dressed up in these people. Huh? Shimmering joy. We're going to shimmer with joy. Not too fast. Not too fast. Here we go. Ready? Percussion? Set? Set? Thank you. This is the NASH concert band, and believe it or not, they meet over 2 different periods during the school day. One meets 5th period and one meets 6th period. And we had 2 after-school rehearsals, but we still didn't have anybody because people play sports and all that other kind of stuff. So truly, this is probably the first time the whole band has been on stage together. Now, like I said, yeah, give them, yeah, please, please. Like I said, we did have 2 after-school rehearsals that most of them attended, but you know, to be able to have them all here at once is certainly a terrific thing. So welcome to our spring concert here at NASH, and only I'm very proud to say only the second band concert, live band concert we've done, you know, in a long time. So I'm going to say this probably throughout the night, but it feels so good to have it back, doesn't it? It just feels so great to have it back. So give them a round of applause for it. The piece you just heard was by Tyler Grant, entitled Shimmering Joy. I'll talk a little bit about some of the pieces, but not all of them, because you have program notes in there that will explain what the pieces are about. Throughout the evening, we'll be giving out some awards and doing a lot of thank yous, of course, so bear with us while we do that. Firstly, I'd like to thank our central administration and school board for not only supporting the arts, or saying they support the arts, but really supporting them. It's one thing to say, oh yeah, we support band, orchestra, choir, theater, musicals, and all that, and the arts, visual arts, but to actually do it is another thing. So I think they really do deserve a big round of applause. Central administration, our school board, and especially our administration up here at NASH. Dr. Durda, Mr. Salapak, and I know Dr. McEwen, who is here tonight. She came back and said hello. Please give them a round of applause as well, and they're great people to work for. And this next gentleman's going to get a couple thank yous because he serves in so many roles, and also to our department, our music department chair, Mr. Robert Tozier, who's actually back there running lights and sound. So give him a round of applause as well. Okay, our next piece is a newer piece, and it's entitled Haywire, and it's entitled Haywire because it takes a bunch of different twists and turns, and there's actually parts of this I think kind of sound like one of the Batman soundtracks, so we'll see if you think the same. This is entitled Haywire. Terrific, thank you. That was Haywire. The next group I'd like to thank, and personally I'd like to thank, is you guys, the NADBP. Without you guys, this thing doesn't roll. Not these ensembles, not jazz ensembles, not marching band, not the percussion groups, none of it. So thank you to all the parents out there who volunteer and help, and especially to our wonderful president, Ms. Kelly Grzinski. Please give her a big round of applause. And at this time, I would like to acknowledge the different groups that our students are a part of. So first, would all the members of the North Allegheny Tiger Marching Band please stand up? If you're in marching band, please stand up. And as you may know, they're getting ready to go on a big trip here on Thursday to compete in a wonderful parade in Norfolk. So we're going to wish them luck. Okay, anyone in jazz ensemble 1 or 2, please stand up. Jazz ensemble. Jazz ensemble. And they had a nice concert with the middle schoolers on Friday, and then their concert's coming up here a week from this Friday. So if you're not doing anything and you want to hear some great jazz music, come out on May 6th. And finally, I'd like to acknowledge all the percussionists that, sometimes they're non-percussionists, they're playing other instruments, who participated in not only the indoor percussion group, but also the concert percussion group this fall. Indoor and concert percussion, please stand. Or wave. You can wave. Well, you can stand. They're already standing. That's always an awkward one because the percussionists are already standing, right? So, and congratulations too to our indoor group that traveled to Dayton, Ohio this past weekend. Won 6th place in a not a national or not a local competition or regional competition, but a world competition. So congratulations to them. Okay, without further ado, we're going to continue with the music. This has always been one of my favorite little pieces. Now, it's in 3 very short movements. Each movement is only about 22 minutes long. I'm glad you laughed. Thank you. Yeah, no. Each movement is only 1.5 to 2 minutes long. Very short folk tunes, and it's entitled Brazilian Folk Dance Suite. Thank you. And now, before we play our last piece, we're going to acknowledge some individual seniors tonight, but I also want to make sure that we acknowledge all the seniors in this group. They've been through so much, through the pandemic and everything, and well, I mean, juniors and seniors have, but for seniors, this is their last go-around at it. So all seniors in the band, please stand up. All seniors, please stand up. Okay. Before we finish up, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Hopefully you'll stay for the Symphonic Band and the Wind Ensemble as well. Like with any concert where we have multiple bands, there's going to be a brief pause to get the other band set up because the numbers are a little bit different and the seating arrangements are a little bit different. So if you could just hang tight and be patient with us when we're doing that, that would be great. Our final tune, our final piece, rather, is by a local composer, friend of mine, Sam Hazo, and the title of this composition is Ascend. So far, so good. Not too fast. Okay, here we go. Put my goggles on. In case I get any on me. Here we go. Ready? 2, 3. Back row, stand up. Back row, back row, back row, stand up. Back row, stand up, back row. Next row. And front row. All right, guys, listen. Take your music and make sure you put it back in the slots that you fit. All right, remember, if you're going to leave, that's cool. Don't hang around and make noise, all right? Otherwise, go ahead and exit the stage. solos on this? Any solos on this at all? No? What I'll do at the end of every tune is I'll just say soloist up, and you can see it. That's better than
Would I count?
for what? Absolutely. Yeah. Of course you can. Thank you. That's a deep breath.
What?
Okay, we set? Joy revisit. We already had Shimmering Joy, now we're going to revisit. Don't overplay. Ready? And one, two, one, two, ready. Thank you. This is the NASH. This is my workout for the week. haven't done this for a while. This is the NASH Symphonic Band, and like this year, like the concert band, they rehearse over 2 periods. And actually, the concert band rehearses period 5 and 6. This group rehearses period 1 and 8. This makes it nice and easy, right? And like the concert band, we had a couple after-school rehearsals, but like I said, it's tough to do that with athletics and that sort of thing. So like the concert band, this is really the first time this group has all been here 100% on stage. So I thought they did a really nice job with a pretty rhythmically challenging piece. Give them a round of applause on that. And that piece was entitled Joy Revisited by Frank Tikelli, and we're going to hear more from Mr. Tikelli a little later on in the program. Now on to some more thank yous and acknowledgments. I told you we'd have a couple different thank yous for Mr. Tozier, and I want to thank him again for all the time he spends here in the auditorium with the lights and the sound and the microphones, and this just doesn't all happen. And he's got a wonderful crew of students that work with him as well. So please, let's give him another round of applause for all his hard work. And as I said with the concert band, we have our marching band is going to be leaving here Thursday after school to attend a wonderful event, a parade in Norfolk, Virginia. So as I did with the concert band, and I will do with the wind ensemble as well, I want to acknowledge all of the marching band members that are up here on stage in the symphonic band. Marching band members, please stand up. Marching band, stand up. And now I would like to recognize all of the jazz ensemble members who are in symphonic band. So if you're in jazz 1 or 2, please stand up. Jazz ensemble. And as I said before, please come to our concert on May 6th. It should be a wonderful event. 2 of our jazz bands are playing. It should be a very entertaining evening. And I'll do this in a different order just to keep it fresh, but fresh off of their World Championship appearance and 6th place finish in not a national event, like a world event, that's pretty amazing. I want to acknowledge all the members of the indoor percussion and the concert percussion group. So indoor percussion and concert percussion. Stand or wave. Like I said, that's always an awkward one because the percussionists are already standing, right? So they jump up and down. What are they supposed to do? Okay. Our next piece is really one of my favorites that has come out recently in the past few years, and it's by a wonderful composer, Brian Balmages, and is entitled Arabian Dances. And it's going to feature a neat little percussion group over here, as well as some other soloists that I'll have stand at the end of the piece. So this is entitled Arabian Dances. Soloist, yeah, sorry, soloist. Yeah, soloist, yeah. Yeah, our soloist, yes, soloist. Okay, before we move on, now we're getting into some of the honors groups that our students took place in, and I believe we have one student who took place in this group in the PMEA Honors Band, Brian, right? So stand up, Brian, be acknowledged. And, well, you might as well just stay standing, right? Because didn't you do the PMEA District Band as well? PMEA District Band as well. Traditionally, too, at this concert, we hand out awards for outstanding seniors who have done things in one area or another, not only throughout their senior year, but throughout their career here at North Allegheny in the band program. Now, we decided in order to keep this concert a little shorter, because this tends to get very long and it's a school night, to not do all the awards tonight. So tonight, we're only going to do the awards that pertain to symphonic band, concert band, and wind ensemble. We'll do the jazz awards the night of the jazz concert, and we'll hand out the big marching band awards at the marching band banquet that we're going to have on the 17th. That way, we keep things a little more streamlined and maybe give these kids a little bit more attention. So don't panic if you feel that your son or daughter deserves an award and they don't get one tonight. There's 2 more rounds coming, so all right, so we're good to go. But we're going to actually hand out the first one of these awards, and the first one is sponsored by the Instrumentalist magazine, which is sort of like, I don't know, the Sports Illustrated version for us band orchestra directors. It's pretty well known throughout our career field. And every year we acknowledge 2 or 3 musicianship awards. And this goes to as a student who has displayed outstanding musicianship throughout their career here at North Allegheny. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the certificates and awards engraved yet. They're still at the engravers being done, but we do have a scholarship for each of these students. So if they have an envelope, make sure they don't lose it, okay? All right, so our first award of the evening, and I'm going to give 2 here before we play our next piece. Our first award of the evening is the Instrumentalist Magazine Musicianship Award, and it goes to Leah Holler. The next award we're going to give out is also sponsored by the Instrumentalist magazine, and this is titled the First Chair Award, and it's obviously someone who sits first chair at some point or performs solo work and excels musically as well. So the first chair award sponsored by the Instrumentalist magazine tonight goes to Julia Fancher. Julia. And one more thank you before we go on to our next tune here in the program. I would really like to give a heartfelt thanks to this wonderful person standing here beside me who came up here in the fall when I was sick and out and took such great care of these ensembles. And she's the reason that I'm able to do this kind of music tonight because of what she did in the fall. I'm extremely lucky to be able to call her a colleague and hopefully a friend. So she's just a terrific human being, a terrific music educator, and I wanted to acknowledge her while she was out here, so please. And while we're feeling all sad and sappy, we're going to play a sad, sappy ballad. How about that? Now, this is by one of my favorite composers, and it is entitled Nostalgia. It kind of sounds Disney-esque. The composer's name would blank me for Rossano Galante, one of my favorite composers. I can't remember his name. No, it's Rossano Galante. He writes such wonderful, wonderful works, and I think the band really enjoyed playing this one as well. It's very beautiful, and it really gives the band a chance to really emote as they perform. So we hope you enjoy Nostalgia. One, two, ready. Soloists. Beautiful piece, isn't it? Okay, before we play our last piece, we're going to hand out one more award here for seniors. Actually, what I forgot to do, and good thing I remembered, is that every single senior in all of these bands is so important. These awards are given for particular things, and really, I think they all deserve an award. But you know how that goes. You can't, everyone can't win everything, and that breaks my heart, and it's one of my weaknesses in life is that I want to acknowledge everybody, but unfortunately you can only pick a couple. But I do want to take the time right now to acknowledge, as I did with concert band, all of the seniors in this group. So seniors, if you're in this group, seniors, stand up. All seniors, please stand up. This next award is actually sponsored by the Marine Corps, and we usually give 2 of these out a year. It's the Semper Fi Award. I think Semper Fi means something like forever faithful, and this usually goes to someone who's an extreme help in rehearsal, outside of rehearsal, always willing to help out the directors, the staff, the band parents, whoever needs it. So the first Semper Fi Award of this year goes to Mackenzie Harrison. Okay, we're going to finish up our portion of the program with I think is a pretty exciting piece. It's a kind of a unique piece because it combines sort of popular elements of music for the concert band, symphonic band, wind ensemble, whatever you want to call it, genre. This is by Eric Morales, and we hope you enjoy Urban Dances. Remember, H. Okay? 1, 2. American fanfare. Make sure you okay. Thank you. This is the Honors Wind Ensemble, and the piece you just heard was entitled American Fanfare, written by John Wasson, who wrote that piece actually for the Dallas Brass, and then later adapted it for the Wind Ensemble. So we're going to continue with some acknowledgments and then some awards before we go to our next piece. As we did with the other two groups, I would like to acknowledge all the members of the North Allegheny Marching Band. Please stand up. If you're in marching band, and please stand up. And as I said, they'll be leaving Thursday for their trip to Norfolk. They're going to a wonderful event down there. They're going to have a great time, and I'm sure make us all very, very proud. The next group, I'd like to stand up, and they have a concert coming up here on May 6th. So if you're not doing anything, mark your calendars and come on out. Would all the members of Jazz Ensemble 1 or 2 stand up? And 2, I should say. 1 and 2. And the final smaller group that I'd like to acknowledge again, and I say this, I repeat it just in case everyone wasn't in here, our indoor drumline just came back from Dayton, Ohio, and didn't win a local competition or a regional competition, but won a world competition, WGI World. So congratulate them, and would all the members of indoor percussion and the concert percussion group please stand up or wave, since you're already standing. Percussion. And again, what I was explaining to the group, and I explained because I don't like hurt feelings, but we won't be handing out all the awards this evening. We'll be handing some out at the jazz concert and also at the marching band banquet. But as I said for the other two groups as well, to me, it's extremely important to acknowledge all of the seniors in this group as well as the other two groups. So if you are a senior, please stand up and be acknowledged. All seniors. Okay, we're going to give out a couple more awards. So if your name is called for an award, just come on down, all right, and we'll give it to you. The Instrumentalist magazine also sponsors, we already gave away a first chair award and a musicianship award. They also sponsor something called a merit award, which is exactly as it sounds, someone who's extremely helpful and a great musician and a leader and all of that stuff. So our first Instrumentalist merit award goes to Emily Janosko. Emily Janosko. Our next merit award goes to Mark Sossman. Mark Sossman. And our final merit award goes to Tanya Gupta. Tanya Gupta. And one more musicianship award to hand out this evening before we play our next piece. And we'll have some more awards coming up, but the last Instrumentalist musicianship award goes to Owen Prem. Owen Prem. Okay, the next piece we're gonna play. The next piece we are going to play is in 4 movements, and it's one of my all-time favorite. And I got to meet the composer, and I was like starstruck when I did. The composer's name, I just like to say it, is Jan van der Roost. I wasn't sure what to call him, like Mr. Roost, Mr. Der Roost, Mr. van der Roost. I just wasn't sure, so I called him the Poetste guy, and he's Dutch, and he's, yeah, I am the Poetste guy, and I was like, I almost fell on the floor. He sounded like the chef from the Muppets. Do you remember the chef from the Muppets? Yeah, but what a great guy, and he stood and he talked to me, and I asked him a lot about this piece. This was several years ago, and I've done it a couple times, and I thought this was a great year to do that. So this is entitled Poetste, 4 Gypsy Dances. I hope I don't screw this up. Here we go. Put my goggles on. Ta-ta. Yeah, that's a toughie. That's a toughie. Yeah, give them another round of applause, man. That's... You know, and she's standing back here, but I say it again. The reason I'm able to do something like that is the music that Mrs. Linda Grant played in the fall, you know, and kept it going. And so, please give her another round of applause. I know she's back there. So, okay, we're going to acknowledge some of the honor groups now. So, if you were a member of the Allegheny Valley Honors Band, please stand up. Allegheny Valley Honors Band. If you were a member of the PMEA District 1 Honors Band, stand up, Honors Band. And the PMEA District 1 Band, PMEA District Band. And the PMEA Region Band, Region Band. And we did have a member of the All-State Orchestra. Unfortunately, he had fallen ill and regrettably can't be here this evening. But Nick Huffmeyer, give him a round of applause. He was All-State Orchestra. Okay, we're going to continue with a piece that I discovered a few years back from one of my friends, Patrick Burns, who is a composer, conductor out in the New Jersey area. And it's by a very famous wind band composer, Clifton Williams. We hope you enjoy Arioso. Okay, once again, before we play our final piece, a couple of things. First of all, as I said with the first group, isn't it great to be back and to be able to play music and I mean, give these young adults a round of applause for that. And again, as I said, you know, I wish I could give something to every single senior because they certainly deserve it. And I don't think I did this with this group yet. I don't remember, but did I acknowledge the seniors? I don't think I did with this group yet. So if you're a senior in this group, please stand up. Seniors, did I do this already? Yeah. Well, stand up again because you deserve it. Wanted to make sure I didn't forget. All right, so we're going to hand out a couple more awards here, and then we're going to play our final piece for the evening. This is another award sponsored by the Instrumentalist magazine, and it's a First Chair Award. Again, goes to some good musician, of course, plays first chair, does a lot of solo work and whatnot, and he has certainly fulfilled this. So our First Chair Award in this group goes to Nathaniel Lamb. And we're going to give out another Semper Fi Award, which means Forever Faithful, sponsored by the United States Marine Corps. And I think this young lady plays in two bands and marching band and does an absolutely terrific job. So this Semper Fi Award goes to Rachel Lee. Rachel Lee. And this next award is also sponsored by, you guessed it, the Instrumentalist magazine. And it's titled the Director's Award, and it goes back many, many years. And these awards, by the way, are not just given here at North Allegheny. They're given at band concerts and band banquets across the country. These awards here tonight, well, one of them is made up by, is our own thing, but a lot of these are, national and international awards. So Director's Award for Band is really just what it is, helps the director out, helps the staff out, is always on time, is a great musician, a great leader, has done wonderful things for the program throughout their tenure here. So the Director's Award for Band, and you just heard from this young lady, goes to Emily Gerzinski. Now, this next award is obviously not a national award. It's one for just here, us at North Allegheny, and I'm forever grateful that the NADBP put an award in my late wife's name for a band student to give a scholarship to. And I'm not sure what the criteria really is. She was a very dedicated person to all she did. She tried very hard. She didn't like this kind of music, for sure. When I would go home, right, and I was like, "What are you listening to?" She hurt my ears many times with that. She would say she hated band music. I got her to like jazz music, though. So that was I forced her to like big band and jazz, but I couldn't get her to like the classical stuff too much. But very dedicated young lady, and overcame a lot in her life, and very strong in her faith, and all these sorts of things. And in the past years since we've given this award out, someone has just come to mind that fits, and like, oh, this would be a great person. So this year, I'm very proud to give the Kristen Steffen Memorial Award to Ben Pizon. Ben Pizon. And this last award, we're not going to actually give out to the person because, as I said, you already know who it is. Unfortunately, he was unable to be here because he is so sick, and I feel so heartbroken because I know he's heartbroken at home, and I know he would want nothing more than to be here tonight and play in his final band concert. I believe his sister is here, and she's going to accept the award. This award is considered to be one of the most prestigious band awards given in the United States of America. I said it's given across high schools all across the country, and it's named after the great band leader, the March King, Mr. John Philip Sousa. So this year's John Philip Sousa Award winner is going to go to Nick Huffmeyer, and accepting on his behalf his sister Haley Huffmeyer. Okay, I think that's all for this evening. We're going to finish up with an easy piece. I don't know why I do this to myself sometimes. But I'll tell you what, again, I give a lot of the credit to Mrs. Granite and the job that she did, when I was out ill, and to be able to play this. This is entitled Vesuvius, and it's by Frank Ticelli, and it is what it says it is. It's about the mountain, the volcano in Pompeii. There's moments of peace and tragedy and terror and resolve, and it pretty much tells you the story. Now, what makes this piece, I think, kind of difficult is, well, all of Ticelli's pieces are very rhythmic. I'm just going to talk so I don't have to conduct it if I push it off further. I mean, it's in 9/8, but the 9/8 is grouped weird. It's like a group of 2, group of 2, group of 3. There's 1/4, there's 8/8, there's 2. There's all kind of weird time signatures. There's lots of potholes to fall into, if you know what I mean. Once you fall into a pothole in this piece, it's real difficult to get out. I could fall into a pothole and not get out, and it could be totally my fault. So I'm hoping that I don't screw this up. Hopefully I can have some positive vibes from the indoor percussion. Positive vibes, good vibes, right, for coming my way. So we do hope you enjoy this powerful piece, and I think these young ladies and gentlemen are going to do it justice, and they're going to play it really well. This is entitled Vesuvius. Thank you so much for coming out, and enjoy your evening. Take my time. Don't overplay. Ready? I didn't want to say this beforehand because I didn't want to make them nervous. But our first chair flute player has only been a first chair flute player for about 3 days. She sight read all of that stuff in 3 days. And then we took her out of the second flute section, which left those two to learn all their parts. So now they're all by themselves. So give them a round of applause for doing that. And then, due to the unfortunate illness of our second and all-state bass clarinet player, we left our other bass clarinet player sort of all alone, and she had to handle that all by herself, and what a great job she did. Please give her a round of applause. Again, thank you so much. They have worked so hard. And it brings me such joy to be able to play this level of literature for you and to teach it to them. Thank you so much for coming out. Please give them another round of applause and enjoy your evening. Thank you.